Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while you sleep, we will find you. Acting on your best behavior.
Good afternoon. You're listening to CSHR Radio and WCHR 104.9 FM, Baton Rouge's rock station. How is everyone tonight? This is our Friday night show, the Crayola Sec Harsh Reality, live right here on Facebook. As usual, let me get this thing switched over, because it only does what it wants to do when it feels like doing it. So, I had all of this queued up and ready to go. Okay, there it is. Jeez. I love the fact that,
so the board's a mic.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So the board's a microcosm of you then. The technology is a microcosm of you. It works when you want it to work.
The board is one thing. The board is something completely different. The board, I have everything at my fingertips. This right here is just like scattered all over the place. So I got to try and chase stuff down and make it work. And it's,
All right. And so there you have it. Tonight we have the Crayola Sec Harsh Reality. Of course, the man to the upper corner, Mr. Scott Christopher Ryan Sonnier. And of course,
it's just Scott. Stop adding all of that extra crap in the middle of it, please. Thank you. Weirdo.
It's your real name. What am I supposed to do? Deny it?
I don't know. Okay, call me by what I signed my name as, which is what's on the screen, and that's it.
Okay. Scott Sonnier. And who is this lovely lady we have here tonight? Miss Susie Smith.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight? And you said you wanted to talk about some very important issues. For those of you who don't know, Susie Smith is an activist. She is a nurse. She does all sorts of great humanitarian work. And, some we can talk about, but some we can't, right, Susie?
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So you wanted to talk about something an issue very important issue near and dear to your heart, correct?
Which topic?
Well,
I have a number.
Oh, well, we can talk about anything you want to talk about tonight.
Yeah,
That's a loaded question.
Just grab and go, kind of like what they do during looting and riots. Just grab and go, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, just grab and go. Or kind of like the debate you watched. Everyone just started just grabbing and going on thoughts that had no things. But no, we're not talking about that tonight. That'll be for a Tuesday show where Scott just yelled at everybody for being religious. Anyhow, actually, we should have that show on Sunday. That way it would be perfect. Anyhow,
oh, yes. Yeah. But it would have to be the afternoon.
Yeah, Sunday afternoon where Scott just yells at everyone for being religious.
Yeah, it can't be in the morning because they're all in church.
I mean, I really don't have a problem with somebody's religion. What I have a problem with is these people trying to live by something that's fake.
That's a problem with religion.
That's a problem with religion.
I mean, many of those people, that is their religion. So therefore, that is a problem with their religion.
That claims to be a Christian or some type of believer in whatever God they decide to believe in, that is not 100% hypocritical are judgmental about other people. But yet, you supposedly follow a God that's supposed to be non-judgmental, but yet he can just inflict all kind of strife against the world. You're an idiot. Sorry.
I will say there's a lot of hypocrisy in religion, but to sit there and say if someone follows a religion, they're a hypocrite and an idiot is just
No,
yeah,
I'm not.
that's pretty broad.
right.
I mean, as long as you live by a moral standard or some type of, knowing the difference between right and wrong, religion really doesn't matter at that point.
Right.
You know.
But no.
Right. As long as you have the ethics, the morals, and the actions to back it up, is what you're saying, correct?
Right.
Like the literal practice what you preach.
Something that you see in religions that
regardless of what religion, Scott, you're saying as long as you practice what you preach.
Right.
And it's not necessarily practice what you preach either, because I mean the Jehovah's Witnesses want everybody to go knock on everybody's doors. Stay the hell off of my porch. I don't want to talk to you. If I wanted to talk to you, I would go to your church.
Wait, knocking on everybody's door is a part of religion? I thought that was what happens when you're in politics. You have to knock on everyone's door just for a damn vote.
No, I mean, if you're Jehovah's Witness, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yes, but they think that's their mission.
Right, but their mission puts them in harm's way.
So I guess politics is a cult.
They don't
follow like a Jehovah's Witness. Every time I knock on the door.
Right here on CSHR Radio, the comparisons are true. Jehovah's Witnesses are politicians, according to Harshmed. And his video froze. And it's in the perfect spot, too. Look how it froze. In his head. I mean, his head
better not laugh. I don't want it to freeze on my face.
Oh, no. It only freezes on his. It doesn't freeze on ours. It never freezes. I don't know why his does that. It's Chicago internet. That's what it is.
Oh, my nails look terrible.
Wow.
Well, you're on terrestrial radio, so I mean, it really doesn't matter. No one there can see you, so it's fine.
Oh, good. Thank you.
People on Facebook that can see you. That's the only.
Oh, okay.
And YouTube, and Twitch, and Spreaker, and a few other platforms. Yeah. Oh, and this also goes on Spotify as well. So.
Did I say that I have to go shortly?
No. It's not how it works. You come to this place yourself on Front Street.
Told I could give it 5 minutes and then go if I'd like. So
No. 1 hour show. That's how it works. You're stuck with us for an hour now.
Oh no, it's going to be more like you guys are stuck with me.
Well, my internet's doing that, so I don't.
Yeah, your internet is being horrible tonight. You must have Xfinity. Time Warner harsh.
My Xfinity's horrible.
So is Patrick's, but that's a different story for another night.
Time Warner's. All right, I'm just never back on. But yeah, I mean, politics is a cult. If you have to practice the behavioral patterns of Jehovah's Witnesses,
and there he goes back off into the Matrix.
Just to win an election. Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Hey, Harsh, how are you? Harsh is having technical difficulties.
There you go.
He looks like he's having a seizure.
Yeah, you seen that, huh? That quick. And he's gone.
Oh, no.
He'll be back. And there he is. Device is not connected. Harsh, no one can see you that way. There he is. Hello there.
Hello there.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Welcome back to your
Comcast Xfinity. Yeah, Comcast Xfinity is terrible. All that money for that nonsense. It's horrible. But yeah, like I said, it's not really about what someone believes, it's how they live their life, and that's basically about it. So and politics is a cult for so many reasons. There you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I never realized how true. Yeah. No, Suze, you go on before I say something crazy.
No, you say something crazy and I'll remember what I was going to say.
Wait, not hard
I never.
stuff. Oh my God, it's the first. Oh no!
I've got a finger in my hole.
10 minutes in.
10 minutes
but the
in.
thing about but the thing about politics is people don't realize how much of a cult it is until you're defending people you really don't want to be around for reasons that reasons that don't really matter, for causes that will never come through. And that's when you're just like, yeah, this is a cult. Like I don't want to be around these people. Like I don't want to be around these people. These people are idiots. I don't care that they share the same beliefs as me. I don't want to be around them. They don't have what it takes. Get away.
Yeah, they're like die-hard fanatics. Die-hard.
No, they die hard fanatics. They're like sycophants. Like they don't even have any thoughts of themselves. Like, oh, whatever our favorite politician and their henchmen and their advisors say, we just gotta follow that. We just gotta follow that. And the thing is, it's on the left and the right.
Well, I mean,
Is that your way of saying it's your turn to speak?
No. Not at all. Not at all.
No, but I mean, it's just crazy. It's like, yeah, at some point, you have to your side's not always right, and the other side's not always wrong. And then when you're that deep in the game, you really don't get to feel that way, you know. And it's just weird. You know, that's the minute I left politics, I was like, thank God, now I can actually be an actual person. I don't have to like pretend. I don't have to pretend to support some like progressive or green because they say things I like, and they're going against Trumpers or whatever, and Clintons or Hillboats or whatever. No, I get to be a normal person. Or even when I was on the right, I'm not like, oh man, I gotta
give the testicular tube a hand job.
There you go. You know, that's otherwise you're like Landis, where you got to give the testicular tube a hand job. That's how it felt when I was on either side of the political aisle. Oh, the right wing is like, oh, you got to trust the plan or else you're an idiot. Like, okay.
I've got a finger in my butthole.
Yes, that they do.
I'm just going to play random voice clips while you're talking just to make it, you know.
The Bill Bunting documentary, The Finger in the Butthole.
Let's talk about your cable A award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face.
Oh, Susan Scott, what do you think of all this? What do you think of all this craziness?
What, of politics? You already know how I feel about politics.
Right.
I think it's stupid. Instead of actually trying to fix things, they just are more worried about being reelected and how they can line their own pockets. None of them really truly care about anybody.
No.
Outside of that, basically.
No.
All of them are running for their own interest. All of them don't care about anyone.
Right.
You know?
I don't know. I think there's some people that still, they vehemently believe in their cause. And I think that's what makes them.
Let me rephrase what I said. I'm not saying they start off that way. Okay. But it's just the nature of the animal. It's the nature of what they deal with. They're eventually going to fall into that same thing that all of the rest of them do. It happens to every congressman, every president, anybody within a governmental agency. They all fall victim to that. You know, it's a never-ending cycle. So regardless of how they start, they always wind up being, the end result is always the same.
I agree. I think that, kind of on a side note, that the politicians should get the same health insurance that we do, instead of them getting the wonderful health insurance that they do when they refuse to go to work. How about that?
That will never happen.
That would be true.
I know.
That would be beautiful.
I don't care what they start off as. Every single last one of them think they're better than the people that they represent.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
And the issue is when they do come together to sign legislation, it usually screws over the American public. So
But
it's
that's
actually
fine.
yeah. So it's
I'm
even
having
worse.
hair malfunction. I'm sorry.
A hair malfunction.
Hair malfunction. The only thing we've had is the internet malfunction.
Speaking
today.
of hair malfunctions, Henry Kissinger died yesterday. No.
Yay!
Cheers.
That's not a malfunction. That's a happy ending. That's life. That's Darwinism working perfectly.
That's what you call a major hair malfunction.
What, Henry Kissinger dying? No, that's called that is called Darwinism working to a T.
No, I mean the man was 100 years old. What did you expect him to do? Like,
he can't outlive us at all.
I mean, people like that find a way to live their useful existence by about like 20 to 30 years. They don't believe me.
Hard to realize that money does not buy you longevity.
That's true.
I mean, it can if you have the right connections, but you really don't want to go down that
Unless
path.
you're like, I don't know, how old was Willie Nelson when he died?
Willie Nelson is not dead.
No, Willie Nelson's not dead. John D. Rock, you know, it's crazy. Like John D. Rock.
Oh my God. See, I told you. I warned you. You. Right? Did I or did I not?
You did, but it's not good.
She goes, well, and how long did Willie Nelson live? He's still alive.
Well, the IRS.
Right, so how old is he? That was my question.
90 something probably, or 70 something.
Okay, that's a question. How old is Willie Nelson?
Okay.
That should have been the question. Not how old was Willie Nelson. Is past.
Willie Nelson is 90 years old, and the IRS probably wishes he was dead. Second of all, the IRS
in the backyard of somebody's apartment
complex.
Who else
died that I thought Willie Nelson was? I don't know.
Well, I mean, Matthew Perry died.
Yeah.
He
died at 53.
That's sad.
Well,
I mean, in general, when people die at 53, I think that's sad.
Right. Well, the point I want to say is, even though Rockefeller's grandson, John D. Rockefeller, or David Rockefeller, lived until 100, the guy had 7 heart transplants. 7.
What?
7?
Yes. 7.
Only.
I don't believe that. For real?
Yeah.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. I mean,
send me the records.
Show her the Carfax.
All right.
That's right.
Show Susie the Carfax.
All right. Will do.
Yeah, no, I'm not. You know.
Oh wait, I forgot to play our sweeper.
Oh no. Scott. I'm never gonna come on your show again. I'm just saying.
Good afternoon. This is Justin for that good old boat condo emporium. Just wanted to let everybody know that while you're out here running around trying to get all your Christmas shopping done, head on over to CSHR Radio. That's right, CSHR-radio.com. Give them boys a listen. We'll be here all until Christmas time, I guess. Anywho, y'all have fun and come see us. We're right next door to the Buc-ee's down here off I-95. That's right, Boat Condo Emporium. Come on down.
You're listening to CSHR Radio,
a Pelican Media station.
Poor Justin.
Justin Davis.
Justin.
Emporium.
Why?
It's a long gag. It would take me like an hour to explain it to you.
Oh, okay.
It's just something that's
it's
been going on.
It's not a slam, though, right?
Do what?
It's not a slam, though, right?
No.
Okay, good.
Something we pick on him about.
Okay. See, I'm a loyal friend.
Yeah, but we don't bring chat drama to our live stream.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, let's see. Somebody just posted a picture in another chat about being a major paid admin and posted a picture of $1 million bill. I am so done with the internet now.
The same internet that gave Scott life in the first place is the same internet he's done with.
How did it give me life? If anything, it would be less stressful.
No, wouldn't.
It'd be like,
Scott,
okay, well,
if you could troll people on a daily basis, if you could be on in group chats trolling people, you would have a midlife crisis.
I am not that bad. Okay, I am not that bad.
You're terrible. Like if the internet went out, I don't think you would know what to do with yourself after like the third day.
I would be extremely bored.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd play music.
I would be here just with my music, just kind of chilling.
That's right.
You know, still broadcasting.
Playing the drums.
You would go as crazy as Landis and Thilo put together if the internet shut down. like stop lying. Yeah, that's crazy. Everyone says like they can live without the internet, but then I'm just thinking, if the internet shut down for like 24 hours, people would lose their mind. People in general would actually go insane because so many people work on the internet now. Like it's not like the old days where you could just practice without the internet. You could just like do what you have to do, and you can write paper records or whatever. No. Like even if in the medical industry, even if you're a nurse or you're a doctor, you have to upload all the medical records online. You don't get to have them in a big fat folder anymore for each patient. Everything's digitalized. So
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What were you talking about?
About how you wouldn't survive without the internet.
And now Susan's coming in doubles. We'll go ahead and take this one off, and then add this one. Stop it, Susie. Susie, stop
goodness.
it. Okay, fine. Stop.
That's not me. I'm not doing anything.
Fix.
I'm holding the phone in one hand, and here's my other hand.
But the point is, like, everything is digitalized now. I mean, even medical records. If you're a nurse, you have to upload that online. You can't just say, "Hey, well, I got it in a folder, write it down, and that's it." It's like, no, that has to be uploaded online too.
So electronic.
Oh, doggone it. I was going to add Susie's Frozen picture back up here just to troll Susie, but it disappeared.
No. Oh, thank God.
I mean, you could have, but then we would have had like the worst echo ever. So
just
even worse than yesterday.
Don't break my heart, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Well, it would have been trolling my eardrums more than your face. So
that's why I have the phone boom.
I should turn the camera off.
I troll myself every day by waking up.
Poor Scott. So are you gonna grow? So you're actually gonna grow your hair out, right? So we're gonna see like a full-fledged mullet in about a month.
That's if I cut the hair on the top of my head. So no.
No, you don't have to cut it on the sides, not the top.
No, and I'm not going to do that either.
Oh.
How about a mohawk?
I had one. That's what I got rid of.
Yeah.
Oh.
You used to have a mohawk
for years. I had a mohawk probably for about 8 years, I think.
Yeah.
And it was long too. I used to like comb it off to the side and let like all the hair fall on one side of my head and stuff.
Yeah.
Getting on video calls looking like just white trash from hell. Or I would go like right after I woke up, so it was like sticking up everywhere and stuff, Looked like I got electrocuted or something.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was just nuts. I mean, it But the whole concept of just, I just, how long do you think people would survive without the internet? I would go about like 48 hours.
No, how about this? How long would they survive without Google? They'd have to memorize everything.
What kills half the people there is now? Google.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry?
don't,
I got a hangnail on my foot. Oh God, I have
Yeah.
cancer. Thanks, WebMD.
Yep.
yeah,
no.
I don't know. Google might actually cure a lot of hypochondriatism. So maybe that might actually be better for people. That might save as many lives as it damages.
I don't know. Because everything triggers to go to WebMD first or irreputable places rather than like the main reputable leaders of the industry in healthcare.
So, if you had to, do you say WebMD does not? I mean, would you say they're not completely factual, or if they are like? I
I'm
guess
saying that when I direct people to go to a website, I tell them to go to like the Mayo Clinic or Cleveland Clinic, like some famous reputable hospital, or those are generally good places to start. If you're diabetic and you go to a place like Mayo Clinic, they'll have links to like the American Diabetes Association or something like that. Sorry.
No, I mean that's actually good advice, really. So basically, if you have a problem, you shouldn't just go online and just hit Google and go to WebMD and because
Correct.
then the next thing you know, you'll think you'll have like ovarian cancer, but you're really a
Correct.
middle-aged guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that.
And then the other thing people will do is they'll go to Google Images and try to self-diagnose. That doesn't work out too well either.
How do you self-diagnose yourself with an image?
People try it.
I seriously don't get that, because not everyone is going to look exactly the same under every condition.
Chickenpox, herpes, all sorts of different things that look very, that are
Well, yeah.
diagnosable by looking at them.
Well, I mean, obviously herpes, but like chickenpox, I mean, that's pretty much too. I mean, everyone had chickenpox from my age bracket.
I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I'm sure there's other things.
Pseudoscience, these doctors always didn't know what the hell they were talking about, which is why every time a child in the neighborhood had chickenpox at one point, all of the parents would bring their kids to that child's house in order for them to get it.
Yes.
Now they find that everybody gets shingles because of it. You have to have a shingles vaccine now. It's
you have to have a shingles vaccine because those of us who are older have not had the chickenpox vaccine, while the people who are younger have the chickenpox vaccine.
But that's what I'm saying. A doctor that really didn't know what the hell he was talking about got out there and said, hey, if you infect your kids with chickenpox, you don't have to worry about it later on in life. And didn't realize he was literally infecting several generations with shingles.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
That seems
I think hang on one second. And I would have to look this up. Okay. Or one of you can Google it. I think all people who have shingles have had chickenpox, but not all people who have chickenpox get shingles.
Well, I mean, right, but what I'm saying is there would not be a problem with shingles if they didn't do that in the first place. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think that the immunity that we used to get, that they thought we got from getting chickenpox as a child, I believe they think that we've lost, and that's another reason they want us to get I believe it's a booster. You know what? I'm talking out of school. I'd have to Google it and get back to you.
Well,
I don't want to. No, I don't want to talk out of school at all.
Well, I mean,
no, I get it.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Well, the only thing I'd say is we live in such a sterile society that people are not allowed to build up their immune systems anymore, because how many people are actually playing in the dirt or playing in the mud?
Right. And the amount of people who stay inside now when they have or work home, you know, less
I don't
interaction with the community.
Home Depot bathroom. I'm immune to everything.
There you go. No.
Well, I mean, I don't see the problem being people staying inside. I mean, I see the anti-vaxxers being part of the problem, honestly, because now some of these kids are growing up and they're starting to contract diseases that were pretty much eradicated.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like that.
To come back.
Do you remember years ago that school? I think it was a Christian elementary school. I could be wrong. I think where so many of the children had not been vaccinated, that there was a huge chickenpox outbreak.
Yes, I forgot which school it was.
I think it was in North Carolina, maybe. I don't know, but that's what's happening. That's what we can expect to see more of with anti-vaxxers.
So there you go, anti-vaxxers. Please vaccinate your crotch goblins. We don't want diseases to come back. Thank you very much. If you're not happy with that, we can find an island just to ship all of you to.
Where you can all infect each other and all die.
Well, Scott would probably be considered an anti-vaxxer, though.
Why would I? I'm up to date on all my vaccinations except for one. Actually, two. I don't get the flu vaccine either.
Right.
But I will not get the COVID shot. Sorry. They can put as many computer models together as they want until the actual technical data from these things come in from real world data. I will not touch it. There's too many people that's coming up with heart failure and everything else because of this vaccine. So I will leave it alone.
Okay.
Well, you know what's interesting? Do I have another second or?
Oh, you got as much time as you want.
Oh, okay. So what's interesting is I don't know if it was throughout the whole Northeast, but they were revaccinating nurses with smallpox vaccines, and they were asking for volunteers. And they wound up having negative side effects, significantly so that they stopped the program, if I recall correctly. Oh, this was a long time ago. And because so many of those tests done on the vaccinations and their efficacy and their, I don't know, so many of those results are based on young, healthy 18 to 22-year-olds. They're not based on nurses, which were the average age in their 40s. So that's why they think they were having all these negative consequences, that not only did they have their age, but combined with the vaccine, it, brought about these problems.
What would be the point of vaccinating people or trying to give them a booster for something that doesn't exist anymore, really?
Well, I can guarantee have people message who's vaccinated. There are people vaccinated with smallpox. Military people, don't they get vaccinated?
Well, yes, but you also get vaccination as a child. So what's the point in having a booster on something you're not going to get?
I don't think they're vaccinating again anymore. Smallpox.
But then, I mean, when's the last time literally, when's the last time have you read about someone having a problem with smallpox or the smallpox virus or any type of outbreak? So what would be the point?
You know, when they did this, I'm sorry, when they did this was when they were getting stuff sent through the mail, and they were afraid. Yeah, they were afraid that smallpox was going to be weaponized. Yeah.
It was called wasn't that the anthrax
It was
days?
it was anthrax, but they were afraid that smallpox would be weaponized and everyone would be wiped out because everybody under the age of whatever is not vaccinated for smallpox.
I don't remember that.
I mean, that literally doesn't exist outside of a laboratory, though. That's what gets me. That would literally take like a terrorist organization to
Yeah,
take or
absolutely it would. And if
WHO.
I would get the vaccine in a heartbeat.
Right.
And I can promise you right now, if something like say if a terrorist organization got control of a WHO headquarters, just use that as an example. The first thing any government is going to do is literally erase the place off the face of the planet. Why? Because of the potential for biological warfare. You know, they're not going to sit there and sit on their hands and go, oh, well, you know, there's a few hostages. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to go there and they're just going to wipe it off the face of the planet like it didn't even exist. You know? So with that being said, that not existing outside of laboratories, what is the real risk? You know,
Well,
what is the risk? Why would you want to revaccinate people for something that's not going to occur? I mean, doesn't that don't run the risk of potentially?
I think if people are willing to take the risk, then it should be offered.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, don't you run the risk of compromising that person's immune system because of it?
Absolutely, that's why you would need their consent.
Well, and the FYI, in regards to the anthrax scare of the of 2001 or 2003, what people don't realize is that the anthrax scare was happening right around the same time as when the Colombians were starting to, when certain drug trades were starting to happen, you know, south of the border, and so that's when the whole anthrax stuff came up during the time. And the minute that was halted, you know, that certain part of the continent, that's when the anthrax stuff stopped. So,
oh, great, more storms. We have weather here.
Where's Scott's city duck?
All right, I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, this is actually a good show.
Yes, it was great having you on the show. Please, you're welcome back to come back at any time.
And I found some links. Yeah, you were great, Susie, today. And I found some links on a David Rockefeller if you want to see them before.
I'm good. He's dead, so it really doesn't matter to me.
No, that is
all right.
true.
Just send them to me.
I will.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Good
night.
Sue. And you know what? Okay. And on that note.
Sorry.
No, she did deserve a round of applause. First time on the show, 38 minutes. Not bad.
Did very well, actually.
Yes, she did. And I think on that note, this has been, I think it's time we wrap it up since we don't want you stuck in the studio all night.
Yeah, it's raining outside now.
Yeah. And on that note,
get wet going to the truck.
Exactly. And on that note, this has been another edition of the Krellisek Harsh Reality. We thank Scott Sonnier for holding down the ones and twos. This is Harsh Midside. I'm gonna love you. The life is harsh, but I'm still living. And sometimes he doth protest too much. And also, you have to, for those of you in Krellisek, sometimes you got to color outside the lines. And for those of you in Clown Sack, honk honk. Take care and have a great rest of your weekend.